Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am having a first look at Lotus Pond from Diamond Art Club. When I do these unboxing videos, I am always very aware of people who are new to diamond painting. Either people who are thinking about taking diamond painting up as a hobby and they're just browsing YouTube and having a look at videos, or people who have done a few small kits and they're looking to step things up and do something a bit more adventurous. So for that reason, I will go through the packaging, everything that's in the kit, the toolkit, the pen, I'll talk about the canvas, the cover sheet, pretty much everything in this kit. The reason for that is to let people see why Diamond Art Club are different from the other diamond painting companies. If you've been diamond painting, maybe doing some budget kits, you can watch the video and see what the differences are between Diamond Art Club kits and the kits that you may have been doing. So because of that, the videos tend to be long, so I have broken the video down into chapters so you can jump straight to the sections that you want to see. If you know about Diamond Art Club and the toolkit and the canvas and all that stuff, you can just go to the description and go down to the section that you want, which is probably going to be canvas, and just click on that. It will take you straight to it. You don't have to search through the video trying to find the pieces you want. They're all indexed. Just click wherever you want to watch. So after saying that, if you do buy a kit from Diamond Art Club, you can expect it to arrive in a box like this. Branded box. It does not come wrapped up in a polythene bag. It comes like this. So we have Diamond Art Club, Do What Makes You Sparkle, diamondartclub.com, obviously the website, at Diamond Art Club on Instagram and Facebook, Diamond Art Club. So inside this box you will receive another box, and on that box there will be a rendering of the kit that you have bought. So in this case it is Lotus Pond, so here is a rendering of the graphic, and here is a thumbnail of the full picture. So we have Lotus Pond by Renjitha, Anoop, and the size is 17 inches by 17 inches, which is 42.7 centimeters by 42.7 centimeters. Diamond Art Club, Do What Makes You Sparkle, DIY Diamond Art Kit, Round Diamonds. So round drills in this kit. You can tell just by looking at the box. When it's pale pink, the drills are round. When it's pale blue, the drills are square. So all inclusive, see back for contents. Before we have a look at the back, we'll have a quick look at the sides. So we have Unleash Your Inner Artist, and more of that rendering. It wraps around the box. On the other side, more rendering, but this time we get more information about the diamond painting. So full diamond coverage area, so it's not a partial. The whole canvas is covered in drills. We have a thumbnail again of the picture. Then 58 colours, including 3 Aurora Borealis and 3 fairy dust diamonds. Now, if you are new to diamond painting and you don't know what Aurora Borealis or fairy dust diamonds are, I will be talking about them when I go through the drills later in the video. Total diamonds, 24,025. Then we have the socials, so we have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest and TikTok at Diamond Art Club, and the website diamondartclub.com. On the back of the box, again, Diamond Art Club, Do What Makes You Sparkle, how it works, 6 step-by-step instructions on how to diamond paint if you have never done it before. Then we have kit contents, which we'll just skip through because I will be going through everything in the kit. Warning, choking hazard, keep out of the reach of small children. You don't want them mistaking the brightly coloured drills for candy and maybe swallowing them, so keep out of reach of the kids. Third party tested for compliance with EU and USA standards. So Diamond Art Club kits are tested by an independent authority to make sure that they aren't using any chemicals that they shouldn't be using, and the chemicals that they do use are within the health and safety standards. Diamond Art Club are the only company I know of that has this on the boxes. So this covers everything in the kit, the canvas, the drills, the glue, everything. So you know that everything is above board. And that is pretty much it. So if we go to the bottom of the box, you can see we have a little thumbnail, and then we have the title, the artist and the size. Now the reason they decided to do this is because a lot of people buy kits faster than they do them, and the reason for that is because the kits sell out if they're very popular. Most of them get restocked, but it can take a long time before they come back, and some will be discontinued. So if you see a kit that you really like, it's a good idea to buy it and then just keep it and get round to it when you've got time. And a lot of people do that. And for that reason, a lot of people have got stacks of boxes. So the boxes are all laying down. And if you don't have this on the end, you can't tell what's in the box if you're just looking end on. And you have to lift all the boxes off to find out what it is that's at the bottom. So having this on the box makes things a lot easier if you're looking through your kits trying to find a particular one, or just trying to remember what is in them. On the other end, we have DIY Diamond Art Kit. So the box is sealed in cellophane, so the first thing we have to do is open it. And sometimes this goes better than others. We'll see what happens. So should go okay. Okay, so the cellophane is there just to stop any dust or anything getting inside the box. And we'll open it up. So open up the top, and you'll see on the end we have Do What Makes You Sparkle, and a little recess there. All you do is put your finger in there and pull, and this is what you find inside. So another box inside the box. So just to recap and maybe compare against the companies that you've bought kits from before, if you buy from Diamond Art Club, you will get a branded box. Inside that branded box will be another box which will have a rendering of the kit that you bought. Inside that box is another box that has the canvas and the toolkit. So Diamond Art Club triple box their kits. I don't know of any other company that packs their kits as well as this. So 3 boxes to help protect it during its travel to you. So first thing we see is toolkit. So I'll talk about that first and compare it to what you may be familiar with. A sort of generic toolkit looks like this. So we have the little green tray, a pink pen, and a square of pink wax. This is a very typical toolkit. Diamond Art Club's toolkit is a bit different. So it comes in a resealable bag, has a list of the contents, but I'll be going through everything, so we'll not bother with that. And I'll just open the bag so I can put stuff to the side. It makes it a lot easier for me to talk about the individual things and take them out in order rather than trying to wiggle them out of the bag. So that is the bag. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the pen. So all of the other diamond companies will supply a pen, something like this. Basically it's a plastic straw and it has a nylon tip with a brass insert. And this is what we've been calling a diamond painting pen since diamond painting began. If you wiggle the tip, it comes off, so you can see it is just a plastic straw. Has this little tip on it. So this is what we've been used to. but Diamond Art Club decided it was time for a change. So if you buy a kit from Diamond Art Club, you can expect to get a pen like this. So branded Diamond Art Club. Comparing it to the pink pen, you can see there's quite a difference. It's a good bit thicker. It's definitely more like holding a pen than a plastic straw. It has the little cap, so if we take that off, we can have a look at the tip. So this is the Diamond Art Club pen. This is a traditional diamond painting pen. You can see they both have the brass insert at the end, so that part is pretty much the same. But you can see that the Diamond Art Club pen is a lot thicker in this area than the pink straw. The reason for that is Diamond Art Club pens come preloaded with wax. So instead of having a square of wax where you dip in and cut a little circle, use the wax, and then when it stops picking up, do it again, the wax is actually in the pen. So I'll show you how it works. If I unscrew it, this is what is inside the pen. So we have the tip, and then we have this little plunger. So if I pull this out, this is where the wax goes. So there is already wax inside this tip. So I'll put this back together. So if I screw the pen down until it goes tight, that means that the inside of the pen is touching this part. As you screw the pen down, it pushes the little plunger down into the wax, which pushes the wax to the tip of the pen. So screw it on. When you get the pen, it will be loose. And the first thing you have to do is prime the pen with wax. The little brass part here doesn't have any wax in it at the moment. So what you do is hold the tip and twist the pen. And you're watching the end to see when the wax appears. And you only have to do this the first time. So there it's coming out the end, so too much, which is kind of normal. You turn it and then suddenly the wax appears. So what you do is you wipe the wax off the end, remove any excess around the tip, because if you use it with excess wax, the wax will eventually come off and fall between the drills, and you have to try and pick it out. So to prevent that, just make sure the tip of the pen is nice and clean. So the pen is primed and ready to go. So all we would do is pour drills into a tray, give it a shake, and pick up a drill as normal and place it. So then you place drills for a while. Eventually the pen stops picking up, just like the other pen. But instead of dipping it in wax, all you do is hold the tip of the pen and give it a tiny turn. That will feed the wax to the tip. Then you just continue diamond painting. Every time you feed it, just give it a little wipe just to make sure there's not any excess there. It just saves you having to pick any wax out from between the drills. So you'll do that, you'll diamond paint, turn the tip and it doesn't pick up, diamond paint, turn the tip. Eventually the pen will get down to the end of the threads and you can't turn it any further, so you can't push the wax through. When you get to that point, it's time to refill the pen. So all you do is unscrew it, take out the little piston. Then in the kit you will find you have a pack of refill wax. All you do is tear off a strip, roll it up into a little tube and drop it in this hole. Don't fill it to the very top, because if you do that, you'll find when you try and put the piston in, you can't get it in. And when you try and put the pen on, it won't reach the threads. So it's a good idea to leave a little bit of a space at the top, maybe 2 or 3 threads, and then you can put the piston back in, or the plunger. I'm never sure what to call it, a piston, plunger. Screw it down till it goes tight, and then it's ready to go. Because you have already primed the pen, there is already wax in the tip, you won't need to screw it to feed the wax. Just a tiny turn should be enough just to get the wax to come to the top. So that is how you refill the pen. As far as the shape, it's much more ergonomic than the pink straw. Pink straw is the same diameter all the way, and it is pretty narrow. So a lot of people have problems, especially if you've got a touch of arthritis. Holding narrow things can be difficult. So the pen is thicker, it is wasted at either end, which means the diameter changes. So when you're using the pen, you can move your hand a bit back and forward to make it thicker or thinner. Just makes it more comfortable to use over a long period of time. So at the other end, we have, I'll put this here. At the other end, we have the multiplacer. Again, if you're new to diamond painting, you've maybe seen these things, but you're not really sure what they're for. There's a little recess in here, a little channel. What you do is you press this down into your wax. It cuts a little slot. The wax sits inside here. And then you shake your tray with your drills, get them lined up, and then you can pick up. So instead of picking up one drill at a time, you can now pick up 4 at a time. That can be very handy if you have a diamond painting that has blocks of the same colour. So instead of placing one drill at a time, you're placing 4, so it speeds things up. That can come in very handy if you're doing a kit and you're trying to do it for a birthday present or Christmas present, anniversary present, that type of thing, and you have a definite deadline that you have to have it done. If it has areas of the same colour, you can use a multiplacer to help speed things up. If you have large areas or very large areas, you can switch out the 4-placer for the 7-placer. So you get 2 multiplacers in the kit as standard. 4-placer, they just pull out, they don't screw in, so you just push them in. And then we stepped up to the 7-placer. So again, you would press this into the wax, fill that little channel, and then you can pick up 7 drills at a time and fill that section faster. So that is the multiplacers, the pen, and the refill wax. The other thing that you get is a heart of pink wax. Now, Diamond Art Club have always supplied a heart shape of pink wax since the beginning, 7 years ago. And this new wax is relatively new, as is the pen. So they still supply a heart of pink wax. I think the reason they do it is just for nostalgia, because they just have always done it. I did ask Diamond Art Club, is there a difference between the new wax and the pink heart? And they said no, the formula is the same, the only difference is the colour. And they changed the colour because they thought that the clear wax looked better in the pen. Because this section here is actually clear. You can put pink wax in, just tear a bit off, roll it into a tube and drop it into the chamber. And you can use that just as well as the clear stuff. The difference is that the end of the pen will be pink instead of this colour. So that's what they told me. It is the same, but I have seen quite a few people commenting and saying that they find that this wax works better with AB drills. The problem that a lot of people have with the ABs is that the coating on the drill pulls the wax out of the pen. So when they place a drill and they pull back, the wax sticks to the drill and pulls out of the pen. A few people are saying that they're finding it doesn't happen, or doesn't happen as much, with the new wax. I haven't tested it to see. That will be a future video at some point when I remember. So that is it. The next thing is the tray. So again, the sort of generic tray that you get with a lot of kits is the little green boat. The problem with this, or problems with this, are it has angled sides. So when you're diamond painting, you've got your drills in your tray, you accidentally bump it or knock it, it flips over very, very easily. Your drills end up on your glue, on the table, on the floor, and you have to pick them up and start again. The other thing is the little ridges between the channels are very shallow. So when you're shaking your tray, the drills can flip over, land the right way up, and then flip over again because the channels don't really hold them in that well. Diamond Dark Club's tray is quite a bit different. So this is the Diamond Dark Club tray. Now I have to say this is the small tray because it is a relatively small kit. I'll just go and grab a standard size tray just to give you an idea. So if this had been a larger diamond painting, you would get the larger tray. So the larger tray is the size. So quite a bit bigger. But because this is a smaller kit, we get the smaller tray. So the differences with the tray, first thing, the sides are straight. So it means if you accidentally tap it, I mean I'm hitting that relatively hard, it doesn't flip over. If I hit this the same sort of strength, you can see, I mean really, really easy. So big improvement just because of that. The ridges are higher, so when you shake the tray and the drills land the right way up, they're less likely to jump over into the next channel if you keep shaking it. Has a spout as well, we'll have a stopper, so you can put the stopper in, pour your drills in, shake it. The sides of the tray are higher than the green tray as well, so there's less chance of the drills jumping out when you're shaking it. The stopper stops any drills accidentally falling out the end. When it's time to pour the drills back into your container or bags, just take out the stopper, pour them in, put your stopper back again, oops, put your stopper back again, and then pour in the next colour. The other thing about the tray is it comes with a lid. So we get a lid. It doesn't clip on top, it actually slides into the tray. So we have two grooves, one either side. And if you slide the lid up all the way to the top, it locks. So no matter how hard I shake this, the lid will not accidentally fall off. That comes in handy for two reasons. One, if you've got young kids and you're diamond painting and you suddenly realise you forgot something, you have to nip into the kitchen to grab it. If you don't have a lid and the kids come along while you're away and pick up the tray, guaranteed the drills are going to go flying, they'll shake it. If you have the lid on, the kids come along, they pick up the tray, they shake it, they can hear the drills rattling inside, but it doesn't matter how they shake it, the drills won't fall out. So hopefully you get back before they figure out how to open it. All you do is put a thumb either side and just pull back, really easy. The other thing is if you have cats or dogs or pets that shed hair, you will be used to picking out pet hairs if you leave your tray lying out. With this tray, you don't have to worry about that. If you're diamond painting, you decide, okay, that's enough for today, but you've still got more to do with that colour. You can just leave them in the tray. You don't need to pour them back into your container. Slide up the lid and then you can just leave it on the table. You can leave it until the next day, the next week, the next month, it doesn't matter. When you come back to diamond paint, you just open it up and all you'll find inside your tray is nice clean drills. You won't find cat hairs, dog hairs, crumbs, dust, human hair, anything. It'll be nice and clean and ready to go. So really, really well designed tray, nice and simple, but it works very well. The other thing is these trays are stackable. They have a recess in the bottom, so they will sit in each other. So you can stack them and it only takes up this footprint on your desk. You don't have trays scattered all over the place, so you can just stack them up when you're not using them. So really, really nice tray, really like that design. The next thing is the baggies. We get a bag of resealable bags. I always count them. I don't know why I started doing it, but I've done it with all the companies that have checked out their kits, and they can vary a lot. So I'll check it. Normally with Diamond Dark Club it's somewhere between 15 and 20, but it varies from kit to kit. So this one actually feels pretty full, so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe this meat, it does feel like there's more in it, but we'll see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, There's a lot more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Normally now I'm getting to the end. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. That is the most I have ever had from Diamond Art Club. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't expect 38 bags. As I said, it's normally between 15 and 20. So a lot of bags in this kit. The bags can be used to store the extra drills that you've got left at the end when you've finished your diamond painting. Just put a little label on it and write the DMC code. And then you've got spare drills that you could use in the future. If you're working on a kit and you run out of a colour, you can check your bags to see if you've got that DMC code, and if you do, you can use them to finish off the kit, rather than contacting Diamond Art Club and having to wait on them getting posted out. So handy things to have if you use them for your spare drills. If you don't use them for spare drills, you can use them for other little bits and pieces that you might easily lose, like maybe earrings or something like that. So, or buttons, or just, I don't know, different small things. So yeah, that's a new Diamond Art Club world record for baggies, for me anyway. Double what I would normally expect. So I'll put all this to the side, and then we can go back to the box. So back to the box. So we have the canvas in a resealable bag. Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle. Take it out, and underneath we have a thank you for your purchase envelope. So we'll have a talk about that first. Put the canvas back. So this is unique to Diamond Art Club as well. So we have Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle. Thank you for your purchase. Sparkly little diamond. On the back, thank you for your purchase again. Another sparkly little diamond, but this time it folds up and it acts as a lock for the envelope. Open up the envelope, and inside we get something nice and shiny. So we'll talk about that first. So again, unique to Diamond Art Club, you don't get anything like this from the other companies. This is a Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest card. The Treasure Quest cards are not guaranteed in the kits, so sometimes you may not get a card. So when you open the kit, you're hoping that you did get one. If you do get one, it will be the image of the kit that you bought. So it's not a random card with a random picture on it. It will be the kit that you bought. So in this case, it's Lotus Pond. It has the artist's name, the title, and the size. And if we flip it over, it says Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest cards. It also says bronze. Now, the Treasure Quest cards come at different levels. We get bronze, silver, gold, and black, with black being the rarest. Underneath this section here, if we scratch this off, we get a unique code. And as you buy more kits, you can collect the cards and collect the codes. When you get the correct combination of codes, you can claim discounts. So as an example, if you collect 5 bronze cards, 3 silver, 1 gold, or 2 black, you can claim a $50 discount code. I think they call them gift cards, but I'm led to believe it's basically a code. They will send you a code and you can use that to get $50 off your next purchase. That is the minimum The next one is $75. The next one's $100. The next one's $200. And the top one, if you collect the right combination of the cards, is that Diamond Art Club will make a custom diamond painting for you. There are rules and regulations for that. You cannot use copyrighted material. So it has to be original stuff. Like it could be like pictures of the kids, wedding picture, anniversary picture, somewhere you went on vacation, or just a picture you took that you really like. You can get artwork done from like a local artist, but you have to have written permission from that artist saying that they are giving you permission for their artwork to be converted into a diamond painting. But if it's copyrighted or trademarked, Diamond Art Club will not do it. That is very unique because Diamond Art Club do not do custom kits. If you contacted Diamond Art Club and said, I have this picture, I would really like it as a custom, they would say, sorry, we don't do customs. The only way you can get a custom from Diamond Art Club is through the Treasure Quest cards. So that is valued at $400. Apart from that, I think the cards are really cool. You can collect them if you get a little trading card folder or binder. You can collect them, so you can just flick through them and you can see all the kits that you've bought. If you have someone over and they're asking you about your diamond paintings, you can show them all these little cards. So yeah, I like them. They're good. They're good quality, nice and shiny, and they help to remind you of the kits that you've bought. So in this case, it is a bronze card to add to my Treasure Quest card collection. I do have a video dedicated to these cards. It goes into a lot more detail about what you need for each level. So if you're interested, you want to learn more about the cards, I'll put a link in the description and you can watch that. At that time, these cards were called trading cards. On the back it said trading cards, and it did not have the level printed. So that's the cards that you'll see in that video, but the graphic on the back is the same. You can tell the difference between the levels by the graphics, especially on the back of the card. This is the bronze card, very basic thick line graphic. The silver card has a more intricate design. The gold card has a very intricate design that covers the whole of the back of the card, and the black card is obviously black. But the design on the back of the cards is the same. So if you buy a kit that is an older kit and it says trading cards, you look at the graphic on the back. Very thick lines, it's bronze. Thin lines at each corner, whoops, it's silver. If it's covered in intricate design, it's gold, and if it's black, it's black. So that is it. That is the Treasure Quest card. So going back to the envelope, inside we have something else. Talk about that in a minute. First, we'll just have a quick look at the envelope. So inside the envelope we have tips and tricks. So some tips and tricks if you're new to diamond painting, you might pick up some ideas from this. Here we have the socials, so Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, at Diamond Art Club, and the website diamondartclub.com. Inside we have a QR code. Scan the QR code and you can join Diamond Art Club's Facebook group. It's a really good way to get to meet other diamond painters from around the world. And if you're new to diamond painting, you've got any questions, it's a good place to drop a question, and people will always try and help. It's a very helpful group. So that's the Facebook group. Then we have how to use and refill the twist and pick applicator, which I showed earlier in the video, and then 6 step-by-step instructions on how to diamond paint, a list of the kit contents which we've went through, and then finally save 20% off your first app purchase. Scan the QR code. They've got iPhone and Android, so you scan the code, download the Diamond Art Club app. If you see a kit that you want to buy, you will get a 20% discount. that only applies for your very first purchase with the app. So if you're looking to buy another Diamond Art Club kit, definitely worth using the app to get your 20% discount. So that is the envelope. The other thing that was inside the envelope was this. So we have Diamond Art Club, Do It Makes You Sparkle, Lotus Pond, Renjitha, Anoop, and on the back we have a large thumbnail of the image, start date, end date, and then all the details of the diamond painting. All of these things are pre-cut sticky labels. The idea of that is for people who keep a logbook, like a physical book with paper pages. You can peel these out, so you can peel out the title, stick it on your page. You can peel out the thumbnail, put it on the page, the start date and end date, the details about the diamond painting. So it keeps everything all nice and uniform. The fonts are the same. Everything looks nice and tidy and neat. So again, if you've got friends around, you could have a look at your logbook and let them see what you've got, what you've worked on, when you started, when you finished. People are always interested how long they take. So it's handy for people that keep logbooks. Inside, if we open it up, we get the key, or the legend as I call it. Sorry, the key as I call it, the legend as pretty much everybody else calls it. I've just always called it the key. This tells us different things. It tells us how many colours we've got. So it says number, starts at 1 and goes up to 58. So we have 58 colours in this diamond painting. The symbol is the symbol on the canvas, so you know where to place the different colours. And then code is the DMC code. The DMC code is a standard way of numbering a specific shade of a colour. So if you were working on this kit and you ran out of, say, a green, you could contact Diamond Art Club, but you wouldn't say, I'm working on this kit and I've run out of green, because we have all these different shades of green. So roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, roughly 9 shades of green in here. So if you contacted Diamond Art Club and just said I've run out of green, they wouldn't know which one of the 9 it was. If you contacted them and said I'm working on this kit and I've run out of DMC 906, they'll know that is the shade of green that you need, and they would send some extras. And again, if you label your little bags and put any extras, because you should have some spare drills of every colour when you finish. If you keep all those spares, write the DMC codes on the back. They could come in handy. You may be working on a kit in the future and you run out of 904, for example. You check your bags and you see, oh yeah, I've got some spare 904, I can just use them. So it saves you having to wait on them getting posted out to you. The other thing is the labels are pre-cut. So if we go down to 100 and peel it back, you can see the pre-cut labels. So that means that it's easy to kit up, like get your stuff ready when you're ready to work on it. All you do is peel the label off and stick it either on the bag that the drills are in, or if you use containers, you peel the label off, put it in the container and pour the relevant drills in the bag. That way you don't have to handwrite labels, you don't have to write the numbers or draw the symbols or anything like that. Everything is on the label. So it's just a matter of peeling it off, stick it on, and it's done. So that's it. That is the key or the legend. Always a good idea to keep it in a little envelope, because the little envelope isn't there just to be different. It's actually there to protect those labels. It keeps them nice and flat and stops them getting scrunched up. Because if that little sheet gets squashed, the labels will start to pop up and they'll stick to each other and it'll just be a mess. So you want to keep them nice and flat until you're ready to actually use them. So you just put them back in the envelope, fold your little diamond up, and that's it. So keeps everything nice and flat. The envelope is made of card, it's not paper, so it does have some sturdiness to it. So that is the thank you envelope from Diamond Art Club. Nobody else is doing anything like that. So we'll go back to the box. And now we have the canvas in a resealable bag, so we'll take that out, put the box to the side. So we have a glue strip. Normally it's near the top, but because this is a small canvas, it's pretty far down. So if we just peel this off, and we can take the canvas out. When you take the canvas out, if you have never tried Diamond Art Club before and you have been trying other companies, you will notice that the canvas is different. It is very soft. It almost feels like velvet. It isn't starchy. It isn't stiff. Impossible to explain. It's one of these things that you won't really understand it until you try one. But very high quality canvas. It is. I always get mixed up between copyrighted and trademarked. It's patented. That was it. Patented. So it's patented. So it is actually Diamond Art Club's own canvas. No other company produces a canvas like this. The canvas has scalloped edges and it has stitching to stop it from fraying. It's very malleable, pliable, really easy to work with, and you will understand if you ever do decide to try a Diamond Art Club kit. So inside the canvas, if I tip it up, we have the drills. So we'll talk about them. So the drills come in the bag. It is labelled, so you can be sure that you've got the correct drills for the kit that you're doing. So it says Lotus Pond, so this is the right kit. The other thing about the drills is Diamond Art Club don't buy drills from a supplier. They actually manufacture their own drills. Most of the other companies just buy the drills in from suppliers. Diamond Art Club used to do that, but they realised that sometimes they were getting drills that just weren't up to the standards that they wanted. Maybe the colours weren't as vibrant, or the drill shapes were inconsistent. So they decided the only way they could be in control of that was to manufacture their own drills. So they now buy high quality resin in from Germany and manufacture their own drills. So we have a glue strip on the bag. So we just peel this back. Always the noisiest part of the video, so we'll try and get it done quickly. Get rid of that bag. So the drills only have the DMC code on the bag. They don't have like colour number 1 or bag number 1, number 2, that sort of thing. The other thing is they are bagged by weight. So the DMC codes don't run in sequence. It doesn't start at the lowest number and go to the highest. When you look at it, you'll see that they're mixed up. And it's because they go by weight. Something I notice about these bags that I haven't noticed before is they have tiny holes in them. So have a look at that, but that's something new. I'm going to go through them and read out the DMC codes and have a look at all the colours, because a lot of people just like to see the colours and the DMC codes. So start off with the first string. Now, I don't know if you can see it, there is a tiny little hole. I'm thinking this could be something to do with static, to try and reduce the static in the bags. Because resin drills have a tendency to build up static when they're in the bag. And I don't know if it's because they're rubbing against each other or they're rubbing against the bag. But sometimes you can get quite a lot of static. I'm thinking that this may have something to do with that to try and reduce it, but it's just a guess. I've never seen this before, so something new. So DMC codes, I'm going to go through all of them, so if you don't want to hear me read out all these numbers and look at all the colours, remember you can just go to the description and jump to the section that you want to see. Probably going to be the canvas. But we'll carry on with the DMC codes. I'll explain AB drills and fairy dust as well as I come to them. So we have 956, DMC code 956. The next one is Z603. Z codes are what they call fairy dust. These drills have a special coating on them that is like a micro glitter. It's the best way I can describe it. Very, very fine glitter, that's what it looks like. So instead of a facet or a face of the drill reflecting just white light from that one face, it's broken up because of this micro glitter. It breaks it up into tiny, tiny reflections. So it gives a different texture to the diamond painting. So that is fairy dust. Then we've got 3847, 3801, 910, very bright green, 319, 943, 666, extremely bright red, 3609, 890, AB 5200. AB drills, the AB is short for Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, where the sky changes colours. The reason they're given this name is because they have a special coating on them, and that coating reflects different colours. So these drills are white, but if I tilt the drills in the light and have a look at them, I get very bright metallic flashes of blue, yellow, green and purple. So when you have your diamond painting finished and hanging on the wall and you're walking past, you get these really bright flashes of these different colours. It's a really, really nice effect. So that is AB drills. Then we have 3848, 699, 604, Z3849. So again, another fairy dust with the micro glitter finish. 3808, 310, so that is all of the black. 310, DMC 310 is black. So for people who don't like black, there isn't much in this kit. 995, 3845 and 909. So that is the first string. Next one. Find the end. So you can see these bags are a lot smaller. So we have 3843, 906, AB 917. So again, more Aurora Borealis. I don't think I've seen this colour as an AB. That's nice, I like that. Just tilting it, I'm seeing blue, gold, green. That's nice, I like that. 817, 939, 3842, 904, 311, 3837, 718, 3685, 304, 3805, 6011, 498, 814, 553, 154. And then the final string. That's nice, another AB. I always like blue, I like this. So more Aurora Borealis, reflecting gold, green and purple. So yeah, really nice. I like that shade of blue. 550, 796, 6012. Very bright green fairy dust, Z907, 3765, 3607, 991, 912, 3766, 915, 3746, 3608, 3818, 798, 3834, 807, 3838, 954 and 6013. So that is all of the colour in this diamond painting. There's actually a lot more colour than you would expect when you look at the picture, and I'll talk about that in a bit. So very nice drills, very, very vibrant colour. And we'll go back to the canvas. And this is the part that most people want to see. So the first thing I want to do is switch lights off so we don't get too much reflection on the clear cover. So switch off 2 lights and we'll see how this goes. So it's rolled sideways. So we'll start with the side and you can see the key. So a pretty long key for the size of the diamond painting, 58 colours, and we'll start to open it up. So now you can see all these different shades. We've got all these blues, various shades of blue and green, a little bit of black up here, but the centre of attention obviously is the flower. So 58 colours in this. Looking at it you wouldn't think so, but this is because Diamond Art Club hand render their diamond paintings. So they get the image and then they have a team who specifically work on rendering. So they take the image and they build up the picture and they work on it to get it as close as possible to the original artwork. And that normally means a lot of blending. If they had just put it through a computer, it would not blend as well as it is when it's hand done, because it's actually people looking at it and tweaking it until they get it looking how they want. A lot of images that are just scanned and then printed, they just don't have this depth and they don't have this level of blending. The other thing is the Diamond Art Club kits are all licensed. So at the bottom of the kits you will always see the title. So we'll have Lotus Pond, you'll have the size, and then you'll have the artist's name. If you're buying diamond paintings and there is no name or no acknowledgement of the artist, you have to wonder why. Why don't they have the artist's name? Diamond Art Club only produce licensed artwork. They work with the artists or the companies and they work closely with them. So the artist will submit artwork to Diamond Art Club. The team will hand render it. They will send that back to the original artist or the company, whoever they're dealing with, and they'll say, okay, we have hand rendered this. This is what we've come up with. Does that meet your level? Because obviously the original artist wants their artwork to look as close as possible to the original. So the artist will look at it and say, yep, I'm happy with that. Then it goes into production. So there's a lot of work that goes into this, just actually getting the rendering done. The other thing is the artist will get revenue from this. So there is a chance that they might think, I can see there is potential income, and they may release more of their artwork. And there are quite a few artists that work with Diamond Art Club that have a lot of artwork available as diamond paintings. And that can only be good for us because it gives us a wider range. And if you have a particular artist that you like, it gives you the chance to get more of their artwork. There are a lot of people who collect artwork from specific artists. So when you buy a Diamond Art Club kit, you know that you're helping to support the original artist. And I think that is very important because it encourages them to release more stuff as diamond paintings, which gives us a bigger range. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is these grey lines that you see. Diamond Art Club again are different because they have perforated clear covers. All the other companies, the clear cover is just one big sheet of plastic. Diamond Art Club have now perforated it. So it's broken into sections of 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre squares. The reason they did that is because they noticed that a lot of people, when it was a full sheet, A lot of people would either take the sheet off and put down release papers, which are like small rectangles of squares or squares of paper that they can put down, and then they put them down in reverse order, get down to where they start. For me, it would be this corner. And then they peel off the release paper, they work on that section, they peel off the next one, they work on that section, and that's how they work. Other people were using washi tape and creating a grid. So they would put strips down the way, strips across the way to make a grid, and then cut along the washi tape to cut out sections to work on them and work on the section at a time. So Diamond Art Club saw what people were doing and thought, well, what if we perforated the clear cover? And then you don't have to put release paper down, and you don't have to use washi tape. You can just start. So that's what they've been doing. So when the cover goes down, it isn't precisely matched to the size of the diamond painting. So in this case, the first perforation is here, and the first line across is here. So it's a tiny little rectangle that I wouldn't bother just tearing this off and working that. I might do this as a section here. So what I would do is I would put my finger the opposite side of the perforation, get a hold of it, and then tear it up and go up to the next perforation. Oops, slipped. Take it up to there and then fold it. When you fold it like that, the sheet doesn't flip back. One of the problems with the full-size sheets is they would tend to try and flip back over. So people use the cover minders or put things down on top of it to stop it flipping back. So all we've got exposed now is this section that I want to work on. All of this is covered, so we don't have to worry about anything getting stuck to it. I would work on this. If I only got part of it done, I would just fold the cover back, and then that covers the glue, stops anything sticking to it. It also covers the drills that I've already placed, so it stops dust and hairs and things getting in between the drills. So I would work on that until it was finished, and then cover it up, move to the next section. Same thing, put my finger opposite side, tear it up, and go up to there. Do that section, cover it back over when I'm finished or when I've stopped diamond painting, keeps everything clean, and then just work section by section. So it saves a lot of time. It saves you having to put down the release papers or mess about with the washi tape and cut and all that stuff. If you keep the sheets attached to the top, it means you can just flip them back. The other thing is, if you were using release paper, when you finish a section and it's full of drills, you can't put the release paper on top. Well, you can, but it'll get knocked off because it won't stick to anything. If you keep the top edge attached, you can flip it over. Even if this section is done, you can keep it covered. So that's how I work the kits now. I just use this cover all the time. I really, really like it. It saves a lot of time. So again, unique to Diamond Art Club. They're the only company that do this. So I think that is pretty much it. What I want to do next is have a look at the actual print and get a close-up look so we can see how they've blended all these colours. Because as I said, looking at it, you wouldn't think there was a lot of colour in this, but there are actually 58 different shades, and that is because of the hand rendering and the blend to get things looking really, really good. So we'll have a close-up look. So now we are having a close-up look at the print. So we can see how the picture is put together. We're looking to see how clear the symbols are they easy to read? Do we have any faded print, missing print, double print? You can see everything is absolutely perfect. But it also gives you a chance to see what you can expect while you're working on the diamond painting, because we are this close when we're working on the kit. And you can also see how they've blended these different shades together. And as I said, this is done by hand. So it is a group of people who are looking at it, adjusting colours and stepping back and looking at it and thinking, okay, this could maybe be changed slightly. And they're trying to get it as close as possible to the original artwork. So just now we're looking at the surface of the water and the reflection of that lotus flower in the surface of the water. So it takes a lot of time to get these things so they look just right. And for me anyway, it definitely shows. When I look at Diamond Art Club kits, the detail in them is just, at times it's unbelievable. It's so close to the artwork. The other thing is, if you go to the Diamond Art Club website and you look at an image for a kit, you'll see the original artwork, but you can also swipe and you'll see the rendering of that artwork. And there have been quite a few times where I've switched from one to the other and I find it really hard to tell the difference. The other thing is Diamond Art Club only do one size. They don't produce different sizes of an image. They are going for quality, and as soon as you start to step down the size, you'll start to lose detail. A lot of other companies will offer you, for example, 5 different sizes of an image. When you look in their website, doesn't matter which size you click on, you will see the original artwork. So they don't show you exactly what that image is going to look like in that size. And there is a reason for that, because as you go down in size, you lose detail. And sometimes you get to a point where it is very difficult to actually make out what the image is. So a lot of people are disappointed because they see the original artwork, they buy the smallest size because it is the cheapest. Maybe they don't want to spend a lot of money, and they go for the smallest size, and when they finish it, they think, I should have saved and got a bigger size. But it's one of these live and learn things. But with Diamond Art Club, the image that you see, you can look at the rendering and that's what you get. No small sizes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was Lotus Pond from Diamond Art Club. So that was Lotus Pond from Diamond Art Club. Now this is a small kit for Diamond Art Club, but it still has the same amount of work. It is still hand rendered, and when you look at the close-up, you can see how much work is involved in blending all these different colours to get that effect. As I said, they are trying to get as close to the original artwork as possible, so we have all of the reflections in the water, and it does take expertise to get that just right. And for me, it definitely shows. I have done quite a few kits that haven't been hand rendered, and it makes a huge difference. That's all I can say. So yeah, a nice small-ish kit, definitely a small kit for Diamond Art Club. A good one to brighten a room. Not a lot going on in the picture, it's just simply that flower sitting on a pond, very, very bright pink. So adds a bit of colour to a room. Just a nice image. I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate this one. So yeah, that was a short or a small one. Still a lot of colour though. I was surprised. Again, it's to do with all this hand rendering. They blend so many colours in to gradually get from one shade to another. You don't have these, it suddenly jumps from just this shade to that shade to that shade. They blend it in so well. So yeah, that was Lotus Pond from Diamond Art Club. If you would like to see more unboxings, unbaggings, comparisons, accessories, basically anything to do with diamond painting, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. I have a lot more coming. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.